What happens when the most dominant faction in WWE history reforms to save the company from total destruction, when three brothers, torn apart by betrayal and years of conflict, realize they are the only ones who can stop a corporate takeover? The Shield has officially returned, and the war for WWE's soul begins now. Before we dive into this historic reunion, make sure you're representing the most dominant faction in WWE history. Grab the Roman Reigns OTC1 collection, the new October 1st sneakers, the iconic JUSO, 4 letters, one word, T, and the explosive, Jacob Fatu, all gas, no brains, shirt. All links are in the description below. The WWE landscape has been plunged into chaos following the events of Crown Jewel. Roman Reigns stands exiled from his own family, Seth Rollins lies broken after his Vision faction's brutal betrayal, and from the shadows of AEW, Jon Moxley's calls for unity have grown louder. But as Paul Heyman's new empire tightens its grip on WWE, the impossible has become inevitable. The problem was an enemy too powerful, too calculated, and too ruthless for anyone to face alone. Paul Heyman's Vision faction, now featuring Brock Lesnar's destructive power, Bronson Reed's brute force, and Bron Breakker's explosive energy, represented a threat unlike any WWE had ever seen. With Roman's bloodline shattered and Seth's alliance turned against him, the challenge became about finding a power greater than Heyman's strategic genius. The moment arrived during Heyman's victory speech on RAW.as. He boasted about his inevitable takeover. The arena went black. When the lights surged back on, three familiar figures stood in the crowd entrance. Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and Dean Ambrose moved in perfect synchronization through the audience, surrounding the ring in their iconic formation. Seth grabbed the microphone, his voice ringing with renewed purpose. "You wanted a vision, Paul. Here it is." Roman took the mic next, his eyes locked on Lesnar. "You picked the wrong side, beast." Finally, Dean leaned into the camera, that wild smile returning. "The hounds of justice are back, and we're hungry." This reunion represents more than nostalgia. It's a necessary evolution. The Shield returns not as the rebellious newcomers of 2012, but as battle-hardened veterans who understand that their combined strength is WWE's only hope. Roman brings the strategic mind of a former tribal chief, Seth carries the pain of recent betrayal fueling his revolution, and Dean returns with the unpredictable chaos that Heyman can never anticipate. Together, they form the perfect counter to the Vision's cold, corporate dominance. What makes this especially powerful is the growth each man has shown. You cannot miss what happens when the Shield launches their first assault against the Vision. If you want front row seats to this historic war, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. The hounds of justice are back, don't miss their first strike. Subscribe now.